everybody, how's it going? IntoWeapons back again with you. Going to do a quick review today on the Core Essentials X1 buckle and black tactical belt, which is new to the market from Core Essentials. These gun belts are really cool. As some of you remember, I did a review on one of their Core Essential gun belts a while back. It was a leather belt, but it still had the inner reinforcement that this one also has. These are specifically designed for duty carry or holster carry. It can provide additional reinforcements for weight that you may have hanging off your belt and allow it to be a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more versatile. This one is a new one to the market by Core Essentials. It still came with the choice of the buckles, and I got the X1 buckle as you can see there, but it's a Nylon Weave black tactical belt, so it's almost got a really cool pattern to it as well as an additional reinforcement from that Nylon Weave. The buckle itself has got a gunmetal finish. The whole kit itself with the buckle and the belt combined is about $60, so very reasonable price. And these are one of the really cool designs of the universal fit with the ratchet style type of mechanism that allows you to adjust it from 24 inches to 54 inches. The heavy duty buckle has a really hardcore mechanism in there, so it's going to be long lasting and durable. There's various styles available of the buckle, so you can get something that's more to your style or liking. And it's interchangeable with other Core gun belts. So if you got another Core gun belt, maybe the leather one like I did the review on previously, you can take the buckle off that one and stick it on here with no problem. It's just a flip of a latch, and you slide it off and slide it on the other belt and latch it back on. So real easy. And I'll show you the guys that here, as well as how to fit these, as well as the reinforcements that come inside here. I'll cut off the spare piece that I have, and we'll kind of cut it open and take a look at it. But I really like these ratchet style belts because you're able to easily adjust them 1/4 inch increments really quickly just by lifting up a lever, and I'll show you that once I got it on, as well as take them on, take them off very easily. There's really no hassle to them, and they hold very well. The black tactical belt here that's new to the market from Core Essentials is also available in tan. It's a nylon outer rated to 500 pounds, so again very durable. It's got that reinforced poly core center. It's water resistant and very durable. It's designed specifically for gun carry purposes, like I mentioned. It has a 10-pound max carry weight, so you're able to hold a lot of stuff off this guy. It has an integrated hidden track with 40 possible length adjustments. So you got a lot of adjustment ability there. If you're sitting at dinner and you had a big dinner, you can pop it out 2-3 increments, and it'll still hold you up real well, but it'll give you a lot more breathing room. And like I mentioned before, each of those 40 adjustments is a 1/4 inch adjustment, so you have a real fine adjustment to it. So, and again, this is coming from Core Essentials, guys. This is the label that comes with it in the box, and just gives you kind of some instructions on the inside how to size these. And essentially on the back side, which I'll show you here, has markings for each of the different sizes that you may be. You really just add 4 inches to whatever size you are, cut it at that spot, put on the buckle, and you're all set to go. So it's real easy, but we'll take a quick look at how to do that as well, so if some of you have questions on that process. The gun belt itself, or the buckle, is very, very nice. Again, these are one of the better end ones because they're overbuilt for additional reinforcements, so they got a really good heavy-duty look to them. They're overbuilt on a lot of these brackets and pin areas, and the finish itself lasts a very long time. So really like the buckle design itself. And again, they're available in a number of different designs, so you can get that any size or style or shape that you want. This is the Nylon Weave, as you can see there. Hopefully it coming out with the lighting that I have in this recording area, but very nice tight weave. You can't see through it or anything like that. You can tell that it's very well put together. On the back side, you can see the double stitching that they have for the top and the bottom of the belt, holding everything together with that reinforcement on the inside. And then you have that track adjustment that I mentioned earlier. So these are the 40 adjustments that move you out a 1/4 inch, in or out I should say, and allows that ratchet system, which is a really nice, easy, quick fitting in and out to work. And then at the end here, you can kind of get a glimpse, hopefully, of the reinforcement lining in there. As you can see, you got the 2 nylon outers and inner, you know, kind of keeping that together, but a nice solid chunk of reinforced poly in there. And we'll take a look at the other side as well. Maybe that'll give you maybe even a better idea. There you go, of the actual makeup of this. And we'll cut it open once I size this and have that extra piece. So we'll go ahead and grab a scissors here, and I'll show you guys how we get this done with the sizing. And we'll go ahead and fit it as well and try it on. Okay, so when you go to size this, you're going to want to have a really sharp scissors, or at least one with a good edge on it, so you're not going to have to try to chomp through this guy. But what you'll notice on the back side, opposite of the end with the the belt for adjusting, is there is sizes imprinted into the belt itself. And again, hopefully you guys can see that, but it goes from 28 inches all the way up to, looks like 54 inches. So, and again, the instructions call for you to find your size, add 4 inches, and then cut at that spot. So I'm generally right around a 33-inch waist right now, so I'm going to go ahead and add 4 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll bring me to the 37-inch mark, so I'm going to go ahead and cut there. And hopefully my scissors is good enough. But you want a nice straight line, so they give you kind of a template there, and you're just going to cut right through it. This is a pretty decent scissors. It's getting through it pretty easily, trying to get a nice clean cut on it. There we go. Once you got it cut like that, that's pretty much the hardest part. At this point, then, what you just got to do on the cut end is go ahead and release this latch here. As you can see, this is kind of the thing that's going to keep it on the belt itself once it's in the place. Open that up, slide the buckle onto the belt all the way in as far as you can. Right there, you can see it stops. And then what we're going to do is flip this latch over, and that'll lock it into place with these little jaws. As you can see there, it's got little spikes, and that'll suck itself into the nylon belt and hold itself in place very tightly. There you go. And you can see it snaps in there. It holds very good. It isn't going anywhere. That thing is really latched in there tight. I can really yank on that thing. It ain't going anywhere. So now you have your buckle and belt attached. You can go ahead and put it on and see if it fits. So to give you guys an idea of what's on the inside or how this belt is constructed, I tried to tear it apart as best as possible. I tell you, even doing that with a sharp knife here wasn't very easy. I kind of had to cut along the stitching. I noticed that the nylon weave is adhesive down to the reinforced strip that's on the inside, so that's really nice. You'll notice that it has a double stitching again, so I cut along the edges there, and the nylon weave will kind of unwrap itself once it doesn't have that weaving, which is pretty standard for any kind of nylon rope or nylon product. But again, it's adhesive down, so in the event that it would come cut or along a seam or something like that, at least the nylon would be stuck to something where it wouldn't unweave as easily. So that's good to see again. Then you have that inner reinforcement poly layer, which is a good solid chunk of layer here that's really firm. It's still a little flexible, so you can get that wiggle out of it around yourself, but this is more of a firm type of material, so if you do bend it multiple times substantially, you can see here it's almost got like that paper clip kind of bend break point to it, so you can kind of bend it back and forth, and it'll get weak at that point there. You can kind of see it doing that. So fortunately, you don't really bend your belt that much of a degree or angle when you're putting it on and off, but it's something you'll want to keep in mind if you are storing it and you're trying to lay it flat and you're pushing it down, that you could do damage at an angle or a sharp bend like that. And then on the inside, you have a leather layer which kind of holds everything together. Really nice thick layer with the double stitching going all the way through to that side and holding everything together. So a really good construction, very good quality. Obviously quality parts. The double stitching is always awesome to see, and having that adhesive here shows that they went the extra step to make sure that this thing stayed together for a very, very long time, if not forever. So very good construction in my opinion. I also wanted to show real quickly the difference between the Core Essentials X1 gun belt, which is that reinforced type of ratchet belt, compared to a generic type of belt. And this is I believe this is a mission belt, which is another ratchet belt, not reinforced on the market. And you can clearly see the difference in width. There's a wider difference here, which is a little bit nicer because you're going to have additional reinforced weight abilities with that. And then you also notice the size there between them. Again, the width on the underside here is much thicker on the Core Essentials X1 gun belt. And you'll notice just the difference between the buckles as well. The Core X1 gun belt is a much thicker, more heavier built type of buckle than what you'll find on a standard ratchet belt that won't last holding up to reinforced carry. You'll also notice the ratchet line here is much less durable looking than what you'll find and smaller, so you won't have as many adjustments than what you'll find here. So again, a really good difference comparison between, you know, a standard type of ratchet belt compared to the Core Essentials X1 gun belt, which is designed specifically to carry more weight and last longer. So very nice to see the differences there. You can definitely see there is a big difference. Okay, so I have the Core Essentials X1 tactical nylon gun belt on, as you can see here. I'll probably drop it down another notch maybe so it doesn't protrude as much over on the side here, but it is right now a little stiff, so it does push outwards, which makes it a little bit difficult stringing it in, but that will ease up a little bit as you use it, and you have obviously weight put onto it as well. But you can see it looks really good. It has a nice modern style, so you're able to wear this instead of just being, you know, duty carry. You can wear this with a regular pair of jeans or even possibly formally. You know, this is a good looking belt. So on the underside here you have the lever, which will go ahead and pull outward, and that will release the mechanism there to allow the ratchet belt to move along that belt on the inside there. And you can release it all the way if you wanted to, just slide it right off. And again, you can see it's pretty stiff there, so you really kind of have to feed it in there. And then to refeed that back in, we're just going to go to slide end in there, and you can hear it as I'm moving it through those belt adjustments. It's clicking onto each one, so each one of those are potential adjustments you could make, all the way down to the size that you want. And again, you can string the rest back through the extra hoop here. Again, you could probably make this one a little bit smaller so it doesn't protrude as much on that side. But very easy system. If I you know, have a big dinner or something like that, I can crack it out a couple notches, make it a little bit more adjustable without a big seam or making it difficult, or only having maybe a 1/2 inch to inch adjustment. So it gives you a lot of versatility. So we'll go ahead and throw a holster on here and show you guys what it looks like with a holster. Okay, what I got here is my Windfall Defense custom holster for my Glock 19, and this is a product I'll be doing a review coming up here shortly, and a really good holster company, guys. I'd recommend checking them out. But just to show how it fits onto the belt here, which is still a little bit loose, so I can get it on there. I'm just going to go ahead and feed it around, as well as the bottom one. Slide it on there, and you can see that clips on there real nicely. But you can see that's not going anywhere, and you can see how tight it is. It's definitely going to hold a lot more weight. So now I can go ahead and stick my Glock in there, which is clear. You can see that. It doesn't weight down. I can certainly adjust it in tighter, and that isn't going anywhere. If I push down on that, if I'm pulling up on that, if I'm trying to do a draw or something to that effect, it's not going anywhere. So a very nice system here. Holds everything together, looks good. It's a great price, and it'll last a long time. The versatility of the smart belt ratchet system, being able to adjust it, is super cool. So overall, I mean, you really can't go wrong for any type of belt from Core Essentials. They do a real good job with this, guys. So I really like it. Hopefully you guys like it. If you try checking it out, check out the description below for the links to go ahead and get out right to it, so you can find it real easily. If you have any questions, let me know, guys. But otherwise, as always, I appreciate watching. Till next time, take care.